Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shea Marriott from Rebirth Podcast. Tonight, we're going to be talking about dating after 40. Tune in and make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
It's your time to renew, rebuild, and restore. Let's go.
Hey, happy Monday. Welcome to the Rebirth Podcast. I'm your host, Shea Marriott.
I'm your boy, Eli Isabel, a.k.a. The South. Got something to say?
I'm Corey the Thinker. I got to get an AKA. I don't have one of those. You got AKA too?
AKA The Thinker.
It's just bad smooth. I got no allegiance. I'm an orphan.
Wow. What up, y'all? Welcome to the show tonight. As always, we're here to bring y'all some positive conversation, some good topics, some grown folk energy tonight, man. We have a good show for y'all tonight. But before we get into that, we got some announcements we want to make, right, Miss Shea Marriott?
That's right. Y'all, listen, if you haven't done so already, please go to rebirthu.com right now and purchase your ticket to Rebirth Live. It's going down October 26th at Theater Inn at 7 p.m. You want to be in the building. Y'all want to tell them about a little bit?
Yes, for sure. Listen,
a little tongue-tied.
Rebirth Live and Uncut. That means Shea has taken the muzzle off of me. I can say what I want to say. And we're going to get it cracking up. And you'll see. I don't want you to try to stop me.
Scared.
You should be. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. We're going to have some live entertainment, a live performance. You're going to have an awesome panel on board to talk about some great things, man. And you got us. What more do you need?
Yeah. What about you?
The music, the DJs, the
yes,
people, a little bit of everything for everybody. And I think we're gonna let E just run in the crowd a little bit.
Yes, sir.
That's what I want to see.
Oh, you're gonna see it. I'm out there.
That's what I'm out there.
You are really gonna be acting up, aren't you?
I'm not. I am.
I'm not.
I'm gonna give you some false hope over there. I'm not. I decided not to give you no false hope.
It's all good. I want us to have a good time. Like I said, it's live and uncut, which means you guys can ask any questions that you want to ask. Nothing is off limits. And we also will have it set up where if you don't want to stand and ask your question, in front of everybody, we will have it, where you can ask a question anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we don't want you to have no issues driving home.
But grow up. Ask your question. We grown. But we will have the vegan version for you alternative people.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, y'all came to us with the question. This time he's coming to y'all.
For sure.
That's right. We have a great panel, and we're going to be announcing the panel soon in the next couple of weeks. So just make sure you stay tuned. Also, if you are interested in being a sponsor for the Rebirth Live event, go to the website, rebirthu.com, and look for the sponsor packages. We have packages starting from $250 on up, okay? And I'm telling you, we put together some really great sponsor packages that will include a lot for your businesses. So those of you that have visited the Rebirth several times over the last couple of years, that have businesses, that have written books, that have that are doing events, we will love your sponsorship. Yeah. Rebirth has supported over these last few years our community, small businesses, helping people to just showcase who they are and their product. So we would love to have some support in return. So please go to rebirthu.com, click on the sponsorship packages. Also, there's vendor packages that's available.
That's right.
And we only have, I think we only have 2 vending space left, vending opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are looking to, again, showcase your merchandise, if you have a book coming out, if you have services that you provide and you want a vending spot, go to rebirthu.com and click on the link.
And if one of those spots if there's one left, I want to sell my mama's world famous neck bones in the lobby. Smoked neck bones.
Only if you gonna serve some green beans as well.
You can have some vegetables. I ain't, you bring your own vegetables, but I'm gonna serve the neck bones.
All right.
You just be prepared. Neck bones on the 26th.
I got you.
All right. Let me keep me posted, as you say.
So at this time,
yes,
the South got something to say.
Listen, tonight, y'all, we have a special guest in the house who's going to come on here and talk about a very special cause. So I'm going to concede myself. I got something to say segment for this show, and we're going to bring in our guest tonight, Miss Karen E. Stanford. Welcome to the show, Karen.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you?
We are doing well.
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me tonight.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. So, Karen, tell us a little bit about what you have going on, so we can share the word, spread the word with our audience.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to come and spread the word about a cause that I'm very passionate about. We lost my niece in February to a tragic car accident. So I'm on for her mother tonight and the rest of the family to talk about a scholarship fund that we've put together, a memorial fund for her. Her name was Bria Marie Nix. She was a math teacher at Douglas Elementary School,
Oh wow.
and she had already had her vision written out in her journals about what she wanted to do and causes that she was very passionate about. And she was really passionate about helping students and young people to strive in excellence in everything that they do. She was an education major. So what we've done is we've put together a memorial scholarship fund. We're raising funds for the scholarship for a upcoming senior or college bound senior or current Delaware State University student who majors in education. So if they have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, they can submit information for the scholarship. So we're collecting donations for that. I know it doesn't seem like it's been a long time since her tragic death, but we've been just following her vision, things that we found in her journal. Her mother and her sister were able to access some of the information that she had already written out. And we've started a foundation called She Blooms, which I have the shirt on. It's a little hard to see.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
but this was all information that she had already written in her journals. She
Wow.
stands for service, healing, and empower. And then
Right.
blooms, the flower is just about, blooming and coming into what, your purpose is and what you are to be. So she poured a lot of positive affirmations into, everybody that she touched, not just the children that she taught, but even in our family. She was always positive. She always had a bright smile. She always had a great word, always had great affirmations for everyone. So we're really excited to bring her vision to life and to put it out there for others to be able to help support the scholarship, as well as we're going to have an annual book drive that will kick off in November, November the 21st, which would have been her 31st birthday. So we'll kick that off, even though we're already collecting books, and that will run until the end of January. So we'll collect books also for the school that she taught at so that we can donate books in her name to the students at that school. So, it's a really tragic time for us as a family, but we're turning it into something positive, and we're really focused on how we can turn this into triumph, how we can see positive things coming out of the tragedy, and just see how we can make a difference and impact others' lives as well.
Awesome, awesome. So, how can one make a donation, and then how can one
Yes.
access or possibly be in line to receive the scholarship?
Yes, so we have information. I shared the information with Jennifer. We have a flyer that has a QR code. We are actually working with an organization called the Public Education Foundation to collect donations. We're not collecting them directly. So they go
Mhm.
to this, thank you for putting that up. So you can, direct your checks to this organization, or you can scan the QR code to make a donation in her name. We will be reaching out to Delaware State University and other organizations to provide information about the scholarship with the GPA. The major must be in education. It's a $1,500 scholarship that we'd like to award to a student. And each year we'd like the scholarship dollars to increase as well. So we're hoping that we'll be able to do that with this being our first year. So that's how
Awesome.
individuals can help out with the scholarship. And then for the book drive, if individuals are interested in the book drive, we are collecting books. We'll get more information about the dates and times that we'll be collecting the books. And then we also plan to have a sneaker ball gala sometime early next year. So we're just planning that as well. So we've just put all this into motion based on her vision and what she would like to see. So more information to come, and we just appreciate the opportunity to come and share information with you and your audience.
Awesome. What about the shirts that you have on? So if somebody wanted to buy one of those shirts and collect those, how would they do that? Is that on our website or?
Yes. So we have various social media channels. We have, it's called Project She Blooms. So you can send an email to projectsheblooms@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook at Project She Blooms, and also on Instagram at Project She Blooms. So if you'd like to order a t-shirt, we are also selling t-shirts. So that would be a great way to help to donate to, her memory and to her foundation as well. So you can either hit us up on Facebook or Instagram, and we can take orders there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much. This is a beautiful thing that you guys are doing in memory of her. Thank you so much for sharing your story and the information. And we will definitely be posting this on our website and our social media platform as well to help out.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to share it and hope to see you
You're
all again
welcome.
soon.
You're welcome.
you.
Thank
Yes.
you, Karen. Have
Thank
a
you,
blessed
Karen.
evening.
Take care.
Have a good
You
one.
as well.
Thank you. All right, guys. So please go out, support. Again, can you just put that flyer up one more time so people will have the information? And that way, if you want to support this foundation, contact She Blooms, Bria Marie Nix, and also the annual book drive. So once we get more information about the book drive, we will also share that with you as well. Thank you again,
Absolutely.
Karen.
Yeah, awesome. That was cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. So
All
in the
right.
beginning of the show, we've been talking about Rebirth Live. And we did a little something a couple of weeks ago. We had the pleasure of doing a photo shoot with the lovely Woman of More, Michelle Washington. Shout out to her. And we want to give you guys a little sneak peek on, what
The work.
our little
The work.
skills.
The work
Yeah,
we
let's
put
do
in.
it.
Had a good
Let's
time.
do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ladies, Rebirth Live and Uncut is coming October 26th to Theater Inn. We need you in the building.
October 26th, listen to me very carefully, fellas. Come out. We don't have an issue getting the ladies in the building, but we need y'all. We need to be able to enlighten ourselves, open our minds. Rebirth Live 5 is going.
The grown and sexy. Ladies, come on out with your best dress on, with your fly heels. Let's have a good time and make our voices known.
Come out and enjoy your voice, man. Don't be sitting in the back not asking questions. This is for you too. This is not just for always women. This is for men as well. We have a voice. We have feelings. We have things we want to get off our chest. And guess what? It's live and uncut. You get to speak without being filtered.
Rebirth Live. Get your tickets. RebirthU.com.
Yo.
Oh.
That's the first time I saw that. Okay.
That was
Got me looking like a young Denzel up in this smoke. Okay. All right. I ain't know you could. It's hard to improve on this over here. She did that. She did that.
was
Okay.
fire. That was fire. Yeah, man. Y'all look great.
Yeah, you killing the game. Yeah, we let you be great too.
Oh, thank you.
Man.
I appreciate it. But yeah,
For
guys,
sure.
I mean, we are not playing about this. We are very serious. So again, get your tickets at rebirdhu.com. So speaking of Rebirth Live, we have many topics that we're going to be talking about. And one of them is talking about dating, the dating scene. So
Yes.
tonight we have two special guests, and our topic is dating after 40. Eli, would you like to introduce them?
Yes, man. Listen, it is our first guest I'm going to introduce. I know her personally. I've known her since 1989, give or take. Yeah, we go back a long way. We go back like, car seats and rattlers.
I heard that one before.
Yeah, we go back, baby. We go back. Yeah, but yeah, definitely my girl, man. She's originally from here, from the D. She's been living in Charlotte. She's a Southern Belle now. She's been down in Charlotte for about the last 30 years. And yeah, so she was planning up to jump on with us tonight. Y'all, please give it up for Miss Marlena Brooks.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Tootie.
Hey. How
That's
you
a
doing?
nickname. I'm doing all right.
You have a nickname for him?
Say it
Eli.
again.
You don't have a nickname for him? Do he have a nickname?
Eli.
Eli. Eli.
There
Oh,
you
it's Eli.
Damn.
Okay, all right.
Damn.
You being nice. That's okay.
And
Welcome
Eli.
to the Rebirth
yes,
Podcast.
thank you. We're gonna have some fun tonight. And next up, Jen, this brother came through in the clutch. I'm like, Jen, Shea says pull a show together in 48 hours. I'm like, damn, Shea, you don't do that to yourself. So now I'm scrambling. You know, it's hard to get the brothers to come on and talk about some things. But Jen was gracious enough. Jen was awesome enough to find us somebody who was gracious enough to come on tonight. And I'm sorry, I don't know Vernon's last name. So we just gonna treat him like he's Beyonce. Y'all give it up for my man Vernon. He goes, he don't need no last name. What's up, Vernon?
Y'all? How's it going? My last name is Ray.
Vernon Ray, gotcha. All right.
Ray.
How you
Welcome to the
doing,
show,
Vernon?
brother.
Welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Vernon multitasking tonight. He gonna do the podcast and drive down 95.
Man,
I appreciate you, dog.
no doubt. I told her I was moving. I was in traffic. So I said, you know what? I'm going to tap in anyway, man. I would love to see what's going on and also add my input. So I'm here.
No doubt. Well, let's get it cracking right away, man. Listen, so both of y'all are single out here in this world, in this dating game. After 40, how different is it now than say it was 20 years ago when you might have been single 20 years ago? How different is this dating game now? Too, you can start out first, ladies first. How different is it now?
Very.
Exhausted.
It's very scary. Let me say that. So, especially in Charlotte, I have been here for 25 years. The ratio is way off. Okay. So we're talking about maybe 6 or 7 men to one woman. So the men expect you to kind of approach them sometimes. And let me say this, the men down south are a little different than the men up north. They're laid back in the cut. When you go out to a club or a lounge, they just kind of look around and stand around. They don't ask you to dance. I think they're a little afraid of rejection. So I'm not necessarily going to approach a man. So I just stand around and wait for somebody to approach me. So it's different in that way. Up north, you know, a brother comes snatch you up in 2.5 seconds and say, girl, come get out on the floor with me. They don't really do that down here.
Wow. How about you, Vernon? What's it like from the male perspective?
Oh, man. Listen, brother. No, let me stop. Now, from the male perspective, man, I could say that being single in today's time it can be difficult because you're dealing with a lot of women that are hurt from a lot of previous relationships and different types of things, mental things that they go through. You know, we kind of get the brunt of that, and it makes it difficult. They can be as beautiful as you would like to see them. You know, have everything you would love to see going on with their career, all of that. They can cook, all of that. Next thing you know, she get to twitching. Something done triggered her. now things is different. She's slamming pancakes and throwing eggs across the table. You like, what now what done happen here? What done changed that fast? So it get real. It get real dealing with past trauma when you're dealing with somebody, you know, in their 40s and up.
Right.
You know, and sometimes, you know, what I've noticed is a lot of the women don't take accountability of that. Ooh. And understand that they may need some help. So I see a lot of wine drinkers. They mask it with alcohol. You know what I'm saying? They mask it with still trying to keep up with these young girls. You know what I mean? I deal with a lot of that. Well, I don't deal with a lot of that, but that's what I see. So I'm very picky with who I decide to spend my time with, because in my 40s, you know, I'm really, you know, chasing this peace thing, this thing of understanding who I am and what I want, and I'm not the guy that don't have his stuff together. I'm the guy that does. So I got to understand the value that comes behind that when I do decide to take you out or spend my money on you, or, you know, share some of my feelings or anything that I have going on in my inside. Before I decide to do any of that, I gotta vet you. I gotta walk with you in the park first.
Sure.
Nice,
that's right.
Nice. How long have you both been single?
So the single
ahead,
people use that a little differently now. So I say I'm old school. If you're not married, you're single. So I know when you're in a relationship, you're considered a couple. I get that. but I have been single since I've been divorced. And that
Okay.
has been, I know I look young, but that has been 18 years. So
Okay.
technically,
Dang.
I have been single for 18 years.
Okay. And what
That's a
about you,
long
Bernie?
time.
Well, for
Yeah.
me, I guess I've been single all my life. So, if we talk in those terms, I've never been married or anything. But I was in a relationship for 12 years.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out. We tried to take it to the next step. It just wasn't a match. It just did. We were afraid to say that to one another. We were so busy trying to make it work, or just hold on to something that just wasn't what we wanted it to be. And
Mm.
unfortunately, we did 12 years with each other, and came to a screeching halt. And now I'm 3 years, going on 3 years single. So I've been in the game of being in my singledom for 3 years, which
Wow.
Okay.
has been, yeah, 3 years. That's
So
unbelievable.
speaking, so thanks for sharing that. So speaking, when you talk about your singleness, right? So I think Bernie, you said for the past 3 years you did 12 years, like we were in
He did
jail.
sound like
We
jail.
did,
Yeah.
we did
That
12
sound like
years together,
like a bid.
right? Yeah, you did a bit. What was that transition like for you, right? So like I'm coming off the back heels of my man Tyrese on the Breakfast Club, right?
Oh
And he talked about that men go through the transition just as much as women do, right? So you leaving somebody after 12 years, you are in a relationship just like she was. What is that transition like from you from being in a relationship with somebody for 12 years and then transferring into being single? What is that like for you, and how are you dealing with that even 3 years later?
I can honestly say that the transition of coming out of that relationship, it was a lot smoother than I expected it, because she moved right on. And for me, I just started it just put me in a space to just be like, all right, this is that time now to really, really, figure out what it is that you want, with yourself. Learn who you are, learn your likes, learn your dislikes.
yeah.
I started taking the time for myself. I started to even travel a lot. Once I got out that relationship, it was almost like a happy dog off the leash in the park. It was insane. So much joy was coming out of just feeling free, in a
Oh
sense.
Lord.
And it's kind of crazy, because I never felt that feeling before, because I was always from one relationship to another relationship. And this time I was finally completely single. And I just was I was taking gigs that was flying me all over the country, and even outside of the country, man. So it just was a really, really great feeling. So my transition wasn't anything that kind of held me back from doing anything, um, or either made me fall into this dark space, because I didn't. I just
Oh, you
No,
lose
we
him.
lost him.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're gonna try to get Vernon back. So we're gonna jump over to my girl. So too, you've been divorced for 18 years, but I'm sure there's been some kind of relationship in between there, right?
Yes, yes, it has.
So
It's been a few.
so so as you moved on to it, things maybe didn't work out in the few. What have you had to do to readjust to like being single again? Like what have you had to do for yourself to readjust?
So it was reflection, basically. Like I said, things are different now than they were back in the day. I'm different. So
Right.
you really have to look at things, not only a reflection of yourself, but what you want in a person usually changes as well. So
Right.
you may think that something is a priority or something is important in your 20s or maybe in your early 30s. But when you're in your 40s, or now I'm over 50, it may go down on your list. You know what I mean? It may not be
Right.
as important. So,
They go from number 2 to number 8.
right. Number two has now become number 10. But overall, people talk about communication all the time. And I do a little online dating. I don't know when I'm going to stop doing that, hopefully soon. But for me, communication is important. But effective communication is key, because if there's no understanding and comprehension that goes along with it, then that communication is out the window. Because if we're not understanding, we're not comprehending, what good is that communication doing for us? It's not really doing
Right.
anything.
How much of do you still find men in our age group still having trouble communicating effectively?
Ooh, wee. Listen, baby, listen. I love some Southern brothers, right? You know I love you, boo. You know
I
I
know, I
do.
know.
And women in the South, right? They're okay. But I tend to click with my northern girls down here. Let me say this. Some of the school systems have failed, right? I think I should be
Not
a
the
teacher.
school system.
Damn.
Listen, spelling, grammar, you don't know the difference between there, and there. You
Sad.
If you do not know the basics with spelling and grammar, I am so sorry. It's not going to work for me, because I have a 10-year-old niece and she can
Right.
send me a text with no problem, no mistakes. So I figure if my 10-year-old niece can send me a text with no spelling or grammar issues, if you 55 with 3 kids and 5 grandchildren, shouldn't you do the same?
Amen. Amen. All
I don't
right.
think that's asking too much. Y'all tell me.
I'm gonna say something. Can I say something real quick, y'all?
Absolutely.
Am I back? All right, I'm back. It I understand it's women out here the same, and it's not a point the finger game at all, but it's a lot of us come up in different times and different circumstances, and unfortunately, some people took the hustle and the grind within their come up over education. You know what I mean? And it's a rough time. So I see the same thing, exactly what you're talking about. Like even with some of the women, it's like yo, you get this you just get this like you skipped a step almost. You know what I mean? If you skip too many steps, you're gonna miss some lessons in between. I feel like that be the case a lot of times. A lot of
Wow.
folks miss some of the lessons in between. But again, it's overall the scene is just a rough situation, because a lot of brothers have been lost through the incarceration system. A lot of folks have been lost in the game of life, and unfortunately unalived in certain situations. And for the women, I feel very sorry, because it's like it's not a lot of choices for them. And I try to make sure that I don't choose nothing just out of abundance, just because it's an abundant situation. I don't have to indulge in everything, because it is out here like it's like when you're a certain type of single brother out here, you get an abundance of attention, you get an abundance of things. So some people try to love bomb you real crazy, and bully you into relationships. I see that a lot. And
Damn.
it just get rough. It turns you off. Now you come in with your guard up, thinking that when somebody's being genuine to you, you know with genuine interest, that they love bombing, like because it's shorties. They a lot of the women, they come at you strong. I heard a young lady saying earlier about people coming up to you. A lot of women, they are approaching you nowadays. So to not approach, almost you might miss the opportunity, but they are approaching you nowadays, and sometimes it can be, it's not frowned upon. However, sometimes it can be a little aggressive depending on how you do it. If that makes any sense to anybody. But
Yeah.
it's just wild wild west trying to figure out a life partner out this piece. You don't know who hand to grab in the dark. You know what I mean? Because everything just feels like a hand. If that makes sense too. So it's
So
crazy
my
out
question, oh, so my question for both of you: are you all dating younger or older? So, like, being that you're
there. Good question.
people of certain ages, right? We're above 40. I'm assuming everybody's above 40. Are you dating above 40? Or are you dating younger than 40?
I'm both for me.
What
Well,
so what's it, Vernon? Hold on to Vernon. What's your age ratio? What's the lowest you will go and the highest you will go?
It's a rough question there, brother. I'm not going to no Depends, man. Like, and that could be frowned upon because it's like just, man. Listen, I don't like immature individuals. So they gotta be mature enough to be able to hold a conversation. They gotta be able to prioritize what's good and bad in their lives and things like that. So I'm not here to be taken care of or teaching no little youngin how to walk straight, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm okay with a little mentorship, but that's where it would be. But on the dating side,
the mentorship is wild.
But on the younger side, I think I probably would be comfortable, probably somewhere like 28, 29.
You're gonna be in the
30.
club every weekend, brother.
I've been working in the club for over 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's just sometimes that's just the environment, you know what I mean, that I'm in. And sometimes the age range, sometimes like 28 to 50 or more, or older.
So you everywhere between Sexy Red and Eartha Kitt.
Oh, Lord.
That's the ratio right there.
The oldest I've dealt with. Listen, the oldest I've dealt with, right? The oldest I've dealt with was probably she's 55 now, 56, somewhere around that. And I think I was dealing with her when I was 25. She was 40, so she up there right now. I was a young boy dealing with her. I typically would date up.
You was eating good too, wasn't you?
Oh, I was eating great, man. Listen, you know that is great.
I know she was cooking.
She was cooking. She was cooking.
Yes, sir.
She was taking me shopping. She was treating me real good, man. Rubbing my feet. I was just experiencing things I never knew I would experience. I'm like, well, what's this? What I'm supposed to do? No, oh, she walking me through it. She told me some things I didn't know I needed to learn. So it was she. I guess she was mentoring me. She was holding my hand, man. Shoot.
I heard that.
I was here for it though. Don't listen. I was here for it. Shoot, I was taking out the trash and shoveling the snow. Shoot.
Yes, sir. It's putting that old love on you. That why? Yes, sir. It'll make you do those things.
Absolutely.
What's your ratio to? How low and how high?
For me, I've dabbled in the 45, 47 range, but I like to stay 50 up to about maybe 59. As long as he ain't smelling like Old Spice and Ben Gay.
Yeah. Why you shopping at 59? You like a Walmart. I guess it's a deal $59.99.
Baby. Yeah.
What did you say about Ben Gay?
As long as he ain't smelling like Old Spice and Ben Gay. As long as he can still get out and not have a cane or a rascal or something. You know.
The rascal.
Yeah, as long as he don't
You don't have that on the back of your Lexus.
Right. As long as he don't need no wheel, nothing that needs a lift or anything to get in the car. One of them little things at Walmart with the wheels, then you know we can. It's something about
with the tennis balls on the bottom. Wow. Guess you cutting up tennis balls to go on the bottom of the walker.
Right. Long as we ain't scooching nowhere and sliding our feet, then something about 60 make me feel kind of old because I think I'm young sometimes. So I just don't want to cross that 60 threshold yet.
So are you both using dating apps?
I am. I'm on Black, BLK.
Okay. All right.
And it's a lot of white folk on Black. I don't know where all these white men coming from.
They need a black job.
I'm like, white chocolate? What you doing on here, white chocolate? Some of them cute and some of them don't have no teeth. I'm like, no.
Lord.
If you come on here, you got to be looking like Robin Thicke, okay? Because Robin was looking good at that concert Saturday night. I got a free ticket to see Robin Thicke and Boys the Men, and Robin was looking very delicious. I would like the cream in my coffee because, listen, baby, he was looking fine like his baby. Yes.
So speaking of that,
Not
right?
Alan, think.
So it like
What's the
she's
sitcom?
a
You gonna
so are you willing to date
Growing pains.
outside of your race,
Yeah, growing
or do
pains.
you want to stay within your race? And
You know,
that's a question for both of you.
that's a very good question. So I love my brothers. Lord knows I do. I feel like Sophia. So here's the thing. The ratio back to that. You know, our brothers are married, taken, incarcerated, so forth and so on. I want to stick with my brothers, but let a white chocolate or Italian or somebody roll up on me and they right,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm down.
Okay.
All right.
And Vernon, what about you?
I love my sisters. But I'm definitely open minded. I really believe that if something is for you, can't nobody stand in the way of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And love is love. I try to stick to my sisters as much as possible. Just dating and not really going for marriage. I'm okay with jumping out the line off the lines a little bit. I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as marriage, I would love to keep mine dark, chocolate, beautiful. That's how I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So you both desire marriage. You both desire marriage in the future.
Absolutely.
for
Okay.
sure,
Yeah.
for
All right.
sure. Sometimes maybe. I mean, on a good day when I'm by myself, about
Sometimes maybe.
Yes or no?
I'll be like, yeah, I think I want to get married. But then I start seeing the argument. I hear it across the hall. Nah, change my mind today. Change my mind today.
Vernie, you made it sound so good being single. You taking trips in and out the country. You made me reevaluate my life over here as you talking. Vernie making single
Bro,
sound real good right now.
listen, man. 3 years into this, man, I was just like, I was like, damn, you know what? I might just be a nomad, just float around, man, the world a little bit, and just enjoy. My son, he 18, he in college right now. He'll be 19 this year, and that's the only one I got. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm just free. I'm just me and free at this point. I never lived this type of life before, and I understand
Mhm.
wholeheartedly that you only get to do life one time, and I'm gonna
Right.
have a good time doing it, and I'm not gonna be depressed and pulled down and bullied into no
I
situation
know
I ain't
that's
ready
right.
for. So that's just that, and sometimes that could be a little too strong for some women to just to to swallow when you tell them where you are and you know what you're looking for and what you want. Sometimes they'd be like, "Oh man, you really know what you want. I don't know if this might be too much for me because you too
Mhm.
aware." You know what I mean? I get that
You say you
sometimes.
too aware.
Too aware of yourself. Yeah, you know what you want. They like these confused brothers that just don't understand what they want to do next. So that I see them trying to call it help, but they just guiding them and dragging them along in certain different ways where they stay in control. You know what I mean? Of course, that's some of my traumas coming up that you can kind of hear that, but I've been there before. You know what I mean? Once you start to find your way, you kind of wake up a little bit and understand what it's really like to truly be a man, and also be a man that's ready to lead. You got to be very, very aware of yourself first. And that's a piece that a lot of cats don't take the time to work on. You know,
Mhm.
and that's why it gets real
Absolutely.
confusing and weird, because a lot of brothers just be still lost, following behind someone else, building somebody else's dream, waiting for somebody else to move. When that right there be the main thing that holds them up. Waiting on everybody else is what's holding you up. Figure out what you need, what you love, and what makes you tick, and then build on that. And once you build on that, now you can come to the table with something other than your money, other than whatever your looks, or maybe your first nice car, or whatever it is that you feel like you have that reels them in. You know what I mean? You'll be able to come with some awareness of self, and that's just a piece that I really, really, make sure that I spend time doing and working on, in this process, in this time. So I don't know how I got there, but I'm there.
Okay. So dating this time can be very scary, especially if you are dating on, using apps like Black. Um
Or white.
Or-
Oh, I never spoken that part.
but we're also living in a very interesting world right now. So, what are some of the things that you might practice or put in place to guarantee your safety when you're dating? Rather you're meeting someone on an app or just, in general, it could be, someone you ran into.
Yeah,
What things do you put in
text.
place?
Yeah, I always text at least 2 people. Turn on my
Mhm.
location as well. Take a picture of the person when I get there. And I also ask them to show me their ID. I say, cover up your address with your finger, but I want to see your name. I want to see your age.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you below 59. Yo, had 60.
If he's 60 years old in 2 hours, it's over.
Listen, unless he got a really good pension, show me his, bank account and things, and maybe we
you,
can
you
talk.
you trying to see all that on the first date?
No, I'm saying if he about to turn 60, it's gonna have to be some other things that's gonna have to come into play.
That 401k better be fat by now.
Listen,
And look,
tell me what that life insurance policy look like, sir, because you probably might be
More
kicking
importantly, yes.
soon. Who your beneficiaries? How many kids you got? But let's not even talk about the kids part when it comes to dating.
I was about to ask that question.
Listen,
listen, my heart getting hot listening.
all
Vernon,
these
can you
kids and babies.
answer that question? Vernon, can you answer the question I just
I,
proposed to Marlene?
I sure can. I sure can. My heart was getting hot just listening to the questions she was asking. What attention? How many kids? What are you? Man, heart getting hot. But man, what was the question again? Because that was
I was
intense.
asking, do you put any type of safety measures in place? Well, as a man, because I know women,
Dude.
we definitely have to be careful, but we have some,
Some crazy bras out here.
we have some
Yep.
unstable females out here. So, what safety measures do you put in place for yourself when you're dating?
So when I do meet a woman and we are dating, the first date I typically, I take them for a walk. That's my first thing. I want to see if you are who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? Of
Mhm.
course, I'm paying attention to what you're driving. I'm paying attention to situation awareness. Is who following you? What's what? Because you got to. Because they will run up on you. You invite them to your crib. Your whole joint get ran through. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's a thing. That's a real thing out here. They'll date you. They'll meet you. They'll let you do whatever to them. And then next, once you comfortable and you sleep, they run up in your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or have somebody else do it. So, I just
That's true.
first thing I do is I make sure we outside the park. We go for a walk, get a chance to pick your brain a little bit, see what's going on. You know what I mean? Ask a bunch of questions. I'm be honest. I don't do the here's my location thing as often as I probably should when I go out because I'm a big brother and people do think twice before they even decide to even go that route. You know what I mean? So I can honestly say that I do be loose on the security side. Besides the
Mhm.
fact of them like knowing where I live, or you know what I mean, or just having any insight on how they can set me up in any kind of way. I try to play it secure on that side, but everything else I do kind of be a little loose. So it's not really much on the dating apps and all that. I'm not really on them as much, but I used to before as a younger man, and I wasn't being secure at all. I was just, oh, you want to meet up? We were just having a good time,
Word.
living my little young life.
Vernon, you said something earlier. I caught it. You said you take
Talk
them
to
for a walk. And I know part of that is you take them for the walk. You can see if they got any physical handicaps. If they got
man.
like that little yin yang twin leg, they dragging a leg behind them or like a little arm or something.
Little
I know what you're
chicken
doing,
wing.
Vernon. Yeah, I know what you're doing, Vernon. You
Yeah,
Vernon
I
taking for
need
the
to
walk so
know.
you can look them over.
I
See if
need to
her
know who
gait,
I'm dealing with.
if her gait out of balance.
I need to
I'm
know
with
who
you
I'm
on that,
dealing
dog.
with. Little chicken wing leg, man. You gotta pay
Yeah,
attention to
you
who you're dealing with.
don't want that right there.
So I think
Mm-mm.
we talked about security. We talked about conversation. And obviously, whether you're men or women, there's some things in 2024 or as we get past our 40s that we want to make sure that we are paying attention to as we go out here and date. So from a man's point of view and then also from a woman's point of view, what are 3 things that you would suggest that us out here dating at above 40 should, or anybody really dating, what are some what top 3 things that you think people should be paying attention to or asking for as you date today?
It's a great question, and I'll let ladies go first for this one as well.
Um, that's a good question. My number one thing, and I have to think of the other two, um, would be your intentions. Some people just want to casually date. Some people just want to date to be in a relationship and never get married. Um, and some people are dating with the purpose to get married. So if your goals aren't lining up, then what are you doing? So I think that's the number one thing. You have to make sure your goals are aligned, um, and are known. The second thing is, I guess this is just for me, a personal thing with me, is that, and we kind of touched on this earlier, just making sure people are mentally stable.
Mm-hmm.
And let me throw financially in there a little bit, only because life happens. Life has been lifing since COVID for me,
Yeah.
um, and other people in general. And sometimes you have to reset two, three, four, five, six times. But just being fiscally responsible. And the other thing I would say for me, um, is just seeing how someone, the connections that they have, whether it's and the relationships that people have, whether it's with their families, with their friends, or even maybe with some of their coworkers. I know, since I don't have any family here, most of the people that I'm with down here, either I met at work or at church. So just
Mhm.
seeing how they interact with the people that they love or the people that they have relationships with. Those are the top things probably for me.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Vernon, you up next.
Cool. I can definitely piggyback off a lot of what she said, and I think one of the main things for me is mental stability for sure. That's the first thing for me. Just want to make sure that whoever you're dealing with is who they say that they are, and also um, just how they respond under stress, because your representative is going to show up only but for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and stressful situations happen in relationships. So how you respond to stressful things matters in our relationship, and it also would just be able it's a telltale situation if you respond negatively, that you do have other things brewing under there somewhere. So mental stability is a huge thing for me. um I need to know that you're able to take care of yourself and not just looking for someone to just completely take care of you, because some women that I see in this game of being single, they looking for somebody to just completely take care of them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I need to know that my wife or my woman can take care of herself, and she has the decency to make sure that her man is taken care of as well. Because I wouldn't hesitate to make sure that you're okay in any capacity if you're with me. You know what I mean? Even if we dating, at certain points, it's like, if I'm spending time with you, I'm gonna make sure that that time that I'm spending is just not wasted. You're not gonna need for much. I'm not saying I'm gonna change your entire life, but I'm gonna make sure that I deal with you accordingly as being someone that's with me. So, and I think that the last piece is taking care of themselves was more on the financial side, as well as just the taking care of themselves physically. So the health is big for me as well. I want to make sure that you eating right. You got to be a person that takes that makes that important. You know what I mean? Exercise and eating right, and not just like randomly just doing what you want with your body, because eventually your body gonna conk out on you if you're not taking care of it. And at the age that we at, health is wealth, and you got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. That's just the bottom line. I mean, that's as simple as it gets for me. Was that 3 or was it not 3?
Yeah, you hit
Yeah,
the 3.
you hit him. You hit him.
Okay,
I do got one more question, real quick, if we can. We do
yeah.
that?
Yeah, you're good.
Just in the spirit of Rebirth Live, Raw and Uncut. So y'all are dating after 40. How important is sex to y'all dating after 40?
Great question. Lady first again.
What did she say, brother? I'm not doing that. I'm waiting for marriage.
Oh man, sheesh. You got to be very, very special to me. I'm just answering the question. Forget it. Just waiting. You got to be the one. Like we got to be rolling somewhere. Meaning that the business got to be doing great. You got to be pouring into my business. I'm pouring into yours. We just thriving somewhere to where though sex isn't that important. Sex isn't the end all be all for me, but it is very important because it's around, and it's like you want to get your rocks off every now and then. You want to do what you want to do. You want to throw something around the bedroom a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be a thing to wait if we have something else taking up our time and that energy, and it's not going to be hard to wait. But if not, and we just dating and you really been holding out the entire time, yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna keep it moving. That's just me personally. Life happens, like I said, one time, and we you ain't wait for the last dude or the dude before that. They ain't making them wait. Why you making me wait?
Got 3 kids,
I
now she
ain't
will
the
wait with
first and
you.
last.
You're right.
Like what? What we waiting for? What you waiting for? Like that's how I feel at 40 plus. Somebody up in their 40, somebody yeah, I'm gonna just wait till marriage with 7 kids. Like, are you kidding me? What you waiting on? Like, so that's not a thing. Not at our age. It's not a thing. We either know what we doing or we don't, and it's okay to be transparent with that. I've dealt with so many women that was so transparent with me. Sometimes it used to hurt my heart. I was like, oh, what you mean? She was so honest. They'd just be so honest and straightforward. And at first I wasn't mature enough in the mind, and I'm okay with saying that now. I wasn't mature enough in the mind to understand that this woman knew what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mature enough to let it go in a way that it just was like respectfully let it go. Like, damn, okay, this don't work for you. I understand, and I appreciate your time. This was great. Thank you so much for being honest with me. You know what I mean? You saved me and you some time. I wasn't mature enough to receive it that way, and also, give it right back to her in that fashion. But now that I am, I'm happy when I run into someone that's like that, because again, it just saves your time. You know what I mean? Ain't no point in wasting it with somebody it doesn't make sense with. So yeah.
Right. Marlene, could you answer that question as well?
I plead the fifth. So, taken from someone who has practiced abstinence several times, several, it's difficult, to say the least. Whew. Sex is important.
It's difficult to what? Not have sex or to have sex? What's
Not
difficult?
you.
Okay, gotcha. I just needed some clarification.
Oh, neck went back. Nice.
To practice abstinence
Uh-huh.
when
You sound like a Baptist pastor.
Right.
Right. Where your church at, too?
I was thinking that, like,
so it's very difficult to practice abstinence. Like I said, I've been divorced for 18 years. Out of those 18 years, about half of that I have abstained. So,
Oh wow.
um,
Jeez.
You like born again.
yes, yes, and amen. I got my Christians on the line. I got my family watching. I got my family watching. So,
Set that good example then.
yes, but sex is important. Again, let's be clear. Um, so you kind of want to take a test drive, though, to be honest. So marriage is for life till death do us part. I'm getting married one more time, so one of us gonna have to die. It ain't gonna be no divorce, okay? Somebody's gonna have to die. So I'm going to try my very best when I get in my next relationship. I'm praying it will be my husband. And it would be very nice if we could abstain from sex and wait until marriage. Um,
If he's 59 and on high blood pressure medicine, you might not have that problem. If he pushing 60, you might not even have to worry about it.
listen,
The Lord
Don't
gonna
get
see you
afforded
through.
something, yo. You're
listen,
done.
Eli, don't play like that. Because I can tell you, if his equipment don't work, I will know before we, get married, and it won't
Way
be
before
no.
that. All right.
Yeah. If the tool just stay in the toolbox, then you know we can't use that tool. So
Be on the lookout for the pill counter. They separated by the day. That's a key sign that there might be some problems.
Right.
This man taking several pills a day,
wait a minute now.
7 days a week.
I have one of those because I take vitamins now. I keep up on my vitamins.
I ain't talking about no vitamins. I'm talking about to stay alive.
Look, I take
Got some for
Blood pressure medicine.
yeah,
I
yeah, blood pressure. Some for his gout. He got a lacerated liver that act up sometime. You got to be aware when you go older, Marlene. I'm just telling you now. I ain't there yet, but I heard about these things.
Yeah. Word on the street. Word on the street.
Word on the street.
Word on the street. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure the tool work though. I'm gonna make sure it works.
All right.
Well.
So
we will get a little bit.
This has definitely been enlightening and for sure
And
I'm glad-
hilarious.
yeah. But I mean I really appreciate you guys sharing your
Yes.
stories
Thank you.
with us because it is something to talk about and it is very different. And just to piggyback off of what you said earlier, Marlena, dating at 20 is different than 30 and 40 and really understanding what is it that you need at this time in your life. What is it that you need, not necessarily want, but what you need that is going to give you or help add to the quality of life and the happiness of your life moving forward. So any other questions from you guys?
Yeah. Was there anything you guys want to give to our audience before we get ready to wrap this up? Is there anything, people that are out there dating in this game, right? Any advice y'all might want to give them based upon some of your experiences?
Well, like Shea just said, as far as being happy, and I think we all know this at this age, but just the people who are maybe a little bit younger, maybe not 40, if you're not happy with yourself, just don't expect anybody to make you happy. It's great when someone adds to it. I love that song by Lettucey. Add to it, add to me. I love that song because we want people to add to us, not subtract, not at all, not divide. Honey, you're going to have to add. So if you're not adding, you're subtracting, basically.
Right.
So
right now.
Yeah, you got to add to me. Don't subtract. And you're going to have to go. I'm going to subtract you. If I think you're subtracting, I'm going to go ahead and subtract you.
All right, Vernon, what you got? Any last words for our audience?
I'm gonna just say this, man. Like I said before, you only live one time. Make sure that you're not wasting your time. Also, to add on to the happiness piece, happiness is an inside job. Never forget that. When it comes down to finding somebody that you like, somebody that you want to potentially love. Like you just said, make sure that you happy within and understand who you are first. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to explore either. You know what I mean? Like a lot of folks be holding back from experiencing people and things because they have this idea in their mind who they person should be. You know, you just never know. Trust me. So I'm gonna just encourage everybody that's younger to live right. You know what I'm saying? And when you moving with folks, just be intentional if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to communicate. You know what I mean? Communication is key. So
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Very well said. Thank you,
Yes.
guys. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And
Yes.
good luck on your journey. Good
Thank
luck
you.
on your journey.
Pray for
Yeah.
me.
I'm praying for you, sis. I'm praying for you.
And listen, if y'all travel or you're already in Delaware, buy a ticket.
Yeah, come to
October
the show,
26th.
October 26th. Dude be up here every other weekend, so I know.
I ain't been up
My
there
bad.
no more.
Stop playing.
Thank y'all for being just coming through on such short notice, man. We
No
definitely
problem.
appreciate y'all, and thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank y'all as well.
All
You're
right.
Anything for
welcome. You
Jen.
have a good evening.
You
All right,
too.
y'all. Have a good one. Pleasure.
So one of the things that Vernon has said towards the end is, sometimes people have types,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's not my type, or I have a certain type, and maybe it's the type that's keeping you single.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, just kind of be open because you may find love, where you least expect it.
Yeah, I got a wait, my friend. We cool. I know a dude who only date lesbians now. He
What
like
the hell?
the
You would know someone that only dates
listen,
lesbians.
studs. He only likes studs, like cute studs.
Okay.
And it seems to be working out for him. He went outside the box. What's wrong with the cute stud? Sometimes they be all right.
You making stuff up.
I'm
Are
not
you
making this up. It's cute studs.
You making stuff up, yo. I'm not.
He likes masculine women.
Shout out to Delisa. Thank you for tuning in. Miss Marilyn Goodman, thank you for tuning in. Who else we saw? Ashley Cooper, thank you for tuning in. Eli, I ain't messing with you.
Just saying, that is a show. Dating studs. Men who date studs. It's women who date feminine dudes all the time.
This is true.
Like he couldn't fight off
Delisa
of.
said, Eli, no comment.
Delisa, this real life. Come on now. We've been around. You know these things. Come on.
I can't.
They-
This is what you guys are gonna see on
They call them stud muffins.
October 26th.
All my studs. Y'all come on out there, man.
Word up.
Listen, other people might not be studying y'all, but at the Rebirth, we studying y'all. Come on out.
I cannot. Listen, guys, this wraps up our show for the night. But we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to put it out there. Next Monday,
We'll see you in study
it is
hall.
my birthday. It is.
Yes.
It's my birthday next Monday. And I feel like I want to do something a little bit special. So pay attention to our social media pages because I think we're going to be maybe having a little sale on Monday for my birthday.
Word.
Just because. And maybe I'll do it for the whole weekend. This weekend coming up, leading up to September 16th. It's Virgo season, so we're going,
I thought we were gonna be getting
a little
drunk.
bit.
She talking about selling tickets half off. I
Yeah,
thought we were gonna be getting
we're gonna
drunk.
take a percentage off some of the tickets. So, all right, guys, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Again, go to rebirthu.com. And until next week, have a great evening. Check out the video again.
Peace.
Okay. Ladies, Rebirth Live and Uncut is coming October 26th to Theater Inn. We need you in the building.
October 26th, listen to me very carefully, fellas. Come out. We don't have an issue getting the ladies in the building, but we need y'all, we need to be able to enlighten ourselves, open our minds. Rebirth Live 5 is
The grown and sexy. Ladies, come on out with your best dress on, with your fly heels. Let's have a good time and make our voices known.
Come out and enjoy your voice, man. Don't be sitting in the back not asking questions. This is for you too. This is not just for always women. This is for men as well. We have a voice. We have feelings. We have things we want to get off our chest. And guess what? It's live, uncut. You get to speak without being filtered.
Rebirth Live. Get your tickets, rebirthyou.com.